Agreed. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too.
Regulators! Mount up!
Oh, you know what time it is. It's Young Guns time. Hi, it's me, Nicole.
Hey, Tessa, welcome back.
And Kim is here as the Jack Palance character,
She's
Murphy, because
Murphy.
she just picked a character at random.
She was like Jack Palance. He did them push-ups that one time.
It's because she's doing Grissom breathing behind that
Oh,
mask.
Grissom breath. Oh, wait. Hold up. So, in the first one, Grissom is in it. Is Bob not in the second one? He's his number one guy.
He is. Oh, shit. How funny. He totally is. Good catch. Good catch.
And he does that kind of like it. I think it's
That's
Palance
just Jack
breath.
Palance. Yeah, it's
Palance.
It's
Palance.
Palance. I don't know. Do we
Palance,
know? Anybody
Blau,
know?
Blau,
But yeah, I
Blau.
think it's his breaths, not Grissom's
I think
breaths.
it might be.
That's
It
just
might
his
be.
natural.
It's just his
breathing.
natural breaths.
So yes,
Big naturals.
this big naturals, big natural breaths. You know how we like our breaths.
Woo!
Big and natural.
Big and natural.
So yes, that song.
Uh-huh.
If you didn't know,
Casey Siemaszko did not.
the guy who says the lines that are in
Had
that,
no idea until years later.
No, had no clue.
Nope. He was like, what?
And for some reason, because it had been so long since I'd seen this, even though I knew it was from this movie, I could not think of what character said it. And in my head, it sounds like Michael Douglas.
Or
But Michael
something
Douglas
that's
is
like-
not in this film. And
They
I was
made
like,
it like deeper or something.
Maybe? I don't
feel
know.
like he seemed like he was tougher.
and who do we just looked him up. And what did we decide
Oh,
he
shit.
was in?
What was
else
he
was
in?
fucking...
Oh,
He was in
God
all the
damn it.
Back to the Futures.
Right.
Stand by me?
He's in Stand By Me.
That was the
with
one that
Kiefer.
Yes, with Kiefer.
And he was in oh God, there was another thing. He's like always on the bully side for some
of course,
reason.
he's always, but he's
And
not
he
a
doesn't
bully
really
in this
have
one.
bully face.
No,
like
he
doesn't
doesn't.
give stereotype
He's
bully.
a pugilist, and he does
Yeah,
not
he's
have
a
a pugilist
pugilist.
face. His ears are fine. They're not like cauliflower.
So besides him as
Mm-hmm.
Charley Beaudry,
Baudry.
we got Emilio Estevez as William H. Bonney, a.k.a.
Billy the Kid.
which I guess that was probably also not his name. His real name was like
No.
Henry something.
It was something like that. They say it. I think
Yeah,
I
I
might have
think at
written
some
it down.
point.
I don't know.
Kiefer Sutherland as Doc Scurlock.
Skurlock.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where he became like when they abducted him and took him to Dark City?
Or it's
Or
before
he
he became a
became-
vampire.
But he changed his name to David because it was Josiah. At this time.
Josiah Doc Scurlock.
Skurlock.
It was Scurlock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I wrote Spurlock, but it's not.
I think
that's
it's
not
with the-
correct.
yeah.
I think you're. I think
Well,
you're
and
right.
when I first typed it, I wrote Sherlock.
Well, no
and I
shit.
went back and looked and was like, nope, that's not it.
Nope. Lou Diamond Phillips, Chavez.
Charlie Sheen as Dick Brewer. What an apt name for Charlie Sheen.
He's always
Dick
brewing
Brewer.
up that
Always
dick.
brewing up that dick.
Always brewing up that Dick Brewer. It's ironic that he's like has the nerve to call other people degenerates. And he's like is he or is he not like the little preacher dude in Three Musketeers? Isn't he the little
yeah.
spectacles, testicles, wallet, and
I
watch guy in that
think-
one too?
I think so.
Like, I know that Tim Curry's like the main damie, but I feel like Charlie Sheen is also like a little prayer dude. in that,
you
too.
watched that more recently than I have. That needs to go
I
on the
love
list.
that movie.
needs
I
to go
love
on the
that
list
movie.
because I remember really liking it at the time. Dermot McDillan Mulroney.
Dylan McDermott Mulroney, but the second half is
The
Dirty
second half,
Steve
yes.
Stevens.
Casey Siemaszko. Oh, we already said
Right.
him. Charley Beaudry. Terence
Terence
Stamp.
Stamp.
As John Tunstall, who we found out in real life was supposed to be a 24-year-old man.
24.
Terence Stamp.
Because these
Come
were
on
all
now.
like children, apparently. It
Oh,
was,
yeah. Like
literally
Billy
a
the
child
Kid was
game.
dead by the time he was 21.
Yeah.
So this is all their 18 to 20.
Live fast, die young, leave a goofy looking corpse.
Have you
because he
guys
was weird
looked
looking.
up the picture, the real life picture of Billy the
Did
Kid?
not look like Emilio Estevez.
No. And apparently his girlfriend at the time said it was not a good quality photo, like that didn't represent really what he looked like.
You don't have to lie to us, girl. You were fucking the legacy. You weren't fucking the face. I get it. It's fine.
And he might just shoot you. He's a fucking sociopath.
I
which
know.
we'll soon
Also
find out.
that. Also that. Jack
You look like Barry Keoghan.
Palance as L.G. Murphy and Terry O'Quinn as Alex McSween.
That's all I have.
That's all I have.
And
I
I
know
had
he has
forgotten-
a wife. I know there's the other.
Yeah.
the
I had
other
forgotten
gal.
Terry O'Quinn plays Locke in Lost years and years later. And I'm like, why does this dude look
He's
so
been in
familiar
a
to
lot
me?
of
He's been
things.
bald a long time.
He really has.
Since 1988,
He has
at
leaned
least.
into it like Michael Ironsides. He's got that Skinner head.
Yeah.
Where it's like he was
Maybe he
meant
could get
to
it.
have the.
Maybe he could get it. We don't know. I haven't seen him in the right role yet.
It wasn't. Yeah, I just haven't seen him
Yeah,
in the right
maybe.
role. It's not doing
The
it for
potential
me
is
now.
there. The
But
potential is
potential is
there.
there because he looks exactly the same now. Really.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a little balder, but it's white.
Yes. Yeah.
I could deal with it.
For sure.
But I just haven't seen the role yet.
So I wrote down a little bit of interesting trivia stuff. You probably have the same things, that none of the fight scenes were choreographed. They were all improvised.
Yeah, they just were out there fucking shooting at each other, which makes sense because
Tom Cruise?
Yeah,
Tom
he's in
Cruise
there.
is the next thing on there.
nobody hits like anybody. I mean, like people get hit, but it's like it takes a lot of
Yeah.
firepower for anybody to get like shot in the fucking shoulder. Like no one gets
It's because
blasted
it wasn't
in the face.
choreographed. They didn't even have squibs set up in the right places.
Right.
They're like, I don't know who's getting shot today. It just depends.
I feel like there was at least one time that Kiefer, I think, had all the shit and it took like an hour to
Oh,
hook him
yes,
up to
I
all
read
the
that,
things,
yes.
and then like he got up on the horse and moved weird and set them all off.
And had to go
And
back to the
they're like,
chair
"Fuck,
for an hour.
dude."
Yep.
Well, you can also imagine they also have to get him the clothes. They have
Right,
to wait
new
for that
ones.
shit
Yeah,
to be,
yeah.
or like get new ones or whatever
Because they're all bloody now.
Right, that's for after. God damn it!
But yes, what Kim said in the background, Tom Cruise was
Yes.
in one.
Surprise.
He was in one of the shootouts because he just was like on
He
set.
happened by and
He was just
never
there.
been in a western.
Well, and I saw two different things. I saw one thing that said he just thought it would be fun because he'd never been in a Western. So he's like, can I be
Right.
one of these cowboys?
That's
And threw
what
on
I
a hat
saw.
and a mustache.
Yeah.
And the other thing I saw was they had asked him to do it. So it's the same. One way or the other, he was there.
Right, he
and
was
either
just-
someone asked him, and that's why
Right.
he said yes. Was sure, I've never done a Western. Why not?
Right. Like all
But
of that. would
even
stand to
knowing
reason.
that before I watched, I did not
Did
pick
not
Tom
clock him.
out
Nope.
of the crowd.
Could not.
I believe if you look it up, it'll tell you like which scene it is and which number
Which
of dude that
scene?
got shot. Which
Which
scene?
scene?
Go to which scene?
Which
Up
scene?
on the roof.
He's always up on the roof.
Says,
Okay.
It says like at an hour 39 and like 40 something seconds. I feel like it says something like that. Don't quote me. I looked up something and that's what it said. But quote me, sue me for libel, or what is this, slander?
I don't know.
If it's talking, libel if it's print.
The only thing I know less about than geography is the law.
Well, that's why I just say whatever the fuck.
oh, that's not true. The Bible. I know less
Be like,
about
well,
that.
I'm ignorant. So
Yes.
be like, that's my defense, sir. Your Honor, I'm ignorant.
So in a 2016 interview with Lou Diamond Phillips, he revealed that Sean Penn was offered the role of Billy, and
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze was offered the role of Dick.
Right.
But due to legal troubles at the time, Sean Penn wasn't able to
Which
accept the role. Was
legal
that beating up
troubles?
Madonna?
That's what I want to know
Sean
because I
Penn.
feel like it checks out timeline wise. Is that when they did Shanghai Surprise?
oh, I forgot about that one.
Is that what she did? Oh, Live to Tell. She lived to tell of that incident, and then she says that didn't happen.
I
You
know.
saw that,
she
right?
denies it now.
They're still friends.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but the way that he acts, not now. Now he's like reformed, but he's still weird.
He's a weirdo.
He's like something else.
And
I have not forgotten.
Swayze passed it up because he just didn't want to do any like Brat
Brat
Pack
Pack.
affiliated ensemble cast.
They should have called
films.
Andrew.
Can you imagine Andrew
They could have. They should have called
As a
Andrew. He
regulator?
would have jumped. No,
Well, that would've
he ain't
been
regulating
with
shit.
that snaggletooth and some
right?
Converse?
He's just like gonna look at you all
Ruck
cute.
is in the second one?
Ruck's in this. Alan Ruck's in the second
Yeah,
one.
but he is.
So we watched them both. Well, we watched the first one. We scanned through the second one.
I only watched like the first 45 minutes of the second one. To
And
be
I just,
honest,
I went,
I'm gonna
so I
finish
watched
it when
the
I get
first
home.
35 minutes and then I started going, okay, but then what
Yeah,
happens
I was
next?
gathering
But then
my
what happens
shit to
next?
get over here and like do whatever.
And so let's get into this intro.
Oh my god, these little tintype cuties!
What a weird vibe for a Western. This
It's
music,
so cute. It looks like a Soundgarden video.
It sounds like it's gonna be Cowboy 90210.
Yes, there was
There
was
yeehaw!
right. There was like a little riff that sounded like the bow, 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 and then it
Yes,
went somewhere else.
yes, exactly.
I heard
that.
it. I heard it.
And so yes, it's this stylized kind of. It's like the beginning of a teen.
This
drama.
was like this is what made it the moment is because they were all young, they were all cute.
And they used this kind of 80s
It was their filter
vibe music in
I
it.
know.
Yeah,
it was weird
very
because
weird.
I had forgotten that Bon Jovi didn't show up until the sequel.
No, yeah, Bon Jovi, we don't get Blaze of Glory till...
Shut down in a blaze of glory.
Yeah,
I
we
love
get
it.
that
I don't
in
give
the
a
second
shit.
one.
When fucking Bon Jovi hit their cowboy era, are you fucking kidding me? The
better
hair.
than- yeah, they got the
hair.
look for it, totally.
Oh, man,
Oh,
the
God, what was
greens.
that thing that I sent? Did I send it to you guys about Liam Gallagher?
No.
How
Oh,
he
yes.
harasses
You told
John
me.
Bon Jovi.
Why
he calls
not?
him at like 3 a.m. to tell him how
Why not?
terrible his music is. That's hilarious.
His music is terrible, but I feel like
That's hilarious.
Gallagher's a dick.
Supposedly it's John Bon Jovi, and I don't know. It's the internet. It was a meme.
Right.
Somebody might have just made it up because someone like me would laugh, like fucking Neil Young and Crazy Frog. It got me. It got me. I was crying, girl.
Southern man.
I can't even do it. Oh God! I literally cried.
I know. I was like, I don't know, but it's
I was
so
like laying
funny.
on my couch, doom scrolling, and fucking Neil Young and Crazy Frog came up, and I just started.
I get crazy.
I was just crying.
When you say
I was like, oh my God. Like, why is this killing me right now?
I feel like he could have been in any one of these movies. I'm sure he's been in a Western.
Neil
Has
Young,
he not?
yeah, he's got to be, right?
Has Neil Young
Or you mean
ever
Crazy
acted?
Frog?
Crazy Frog.
This is pre-Crazy Frog.
I know
girl.
this is pre-Crazy Frog. I know that he was not. Crazy Frog could be in a Western too.
You need to
but
remind
I
me
feel
when
like
I do the edits for this to put a tiny Crazy Frog somewhere.
Oh, for the pictures.
For the pictures.
I was gonna say put the little thing in there.
Oh my
man.
goodness. So we had both forgotten that this movie is actually based on true
Right.
historical events.
These are actual people to varying degrees
Right.
of actually happened because some of it's like not for fucking real. They had, okay, again, I'm going to keep bringing up the second one because all this shit's fresh. Is that not Billy the Kid talking old?
Oh yeah, that's Emilio doing his old man voice. It's me.
It's me, Billy
How's Billy the
old
Kid?
man.
Yeah.
But he died.
Well, so apparently, I don't think is a real thing because there's a thing at the end that says.
Of course.
But they make it seem like in Young Guns 2 that apparently really this man surfaced in the 50s who said,
Oh,
I
Elvis.
wasn't killed. Yes, who was like, I'm really Billy the Kid. And apparently some people vouched
He
for him. This is the
Anastasia.
closing credits.
He
Yeah.
Anastasia. That's
So it-
not Elvis thing. That's Anastasia.
So yeah, the closing credits say that Christian Slater's character got beheaded shortly after entering
Well,
Mexico or something
obviously.
like that.
Obviously.
And
Couldn't
that
keep his fucking mouth shut.
and that Bob Brushy Roberts, which is the guy old man Emilio was playing. That the lawyer he was talking to in Young Guns 2, that he took it to the court and said that I talked to all these friends of Billy the Kid's and they vouched for this old man that he really is him, but that it was thrown out. But I don't think any of that really happened.
It's wild.
But Pat Garrett did write a book about Billy the Kid, the authentic life of Billy the Kid, but he used a ghostwriter and it was not true. He says
Is
so
he
in the
really
book.
the
I
guy
think.
that
Yeah,
shoots
I
him?
believe so. I think that's what it says.
Because that's when the second one started. I was like, wait a minute.
As they
That
mention
motherfucker
Pat Garrett
shot
in
him.
this one, don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
And he's John Wayne's son, the guy that played him. And there's also a Swayze in there. No.
Swayze? No, it was
Jack Palance's
Jack
son. is
Palance's
also
son,
in there, yeah.
Cody Palance, which Jack Palance does not seem like he would name his son Cody.
Why not? He
I don't
seems
know.
like
He just
Western.
seems like a manly dude. Is Cody a Western name?
Yeah, it's like a wild.
Yeah, I guess
Cody
so. Wyatt,
dude.
Cody. those
Wyatt
kinda-
Cody. Yeah, it's like
All right.
that feels like, it sounds like North Dakota.
North Dakota. So the opening scene is Billy the Kid has done something. He's caused a
Right.
ruckus in town. He's
He's
hiding
running
out from the
through-
law.
Yeah.
And Doc is with Kiefer Sutherland is with Terence Stamp.
Yeah. Out in town.
And they see this kid hiding, and they
He's like,
Take
hop
him
up
on
in
their
the
wagon.
wagon. Let's take, they take him back out to his spot. And he like has foundling boys.
So in real life, this guy's supposed to be 24, and he just owns this like beef.
Right. He's like a cattleman.
Yeah, or whatever. And he hires these kids to work for
Right.
him. But it does not say anything in history that this dude was like
Like,
some British
actually
guy
teaching
educating
them.
these children. And
No.
so this was a little artistic license, I guess.
It was probably like real cheap labor to have them like hiding out.
yeah, because
on
you don't
his-
have to pay them. He just
Right,
buys them a
who you gonna
nice suit
tell?
and teaches them to read.
Teach Well, he
feeds
didn't
him
teach
dinner.
Billy to read.
No, he didn't.
He was smart.
So yeah, he apparently collects wayward young cowpokes. So he gives Billy a job.
Hot.
And the other boys are heckling him, whatever.
Right.
And they give him a job, slopping pigs or something.
Yes, they put him out there, of course.
And right off the bat, we get the Regulators speech. So it
right,
doesn't
it's
start
immediate.
Regulators mount up, but it's him doing the whole.
No, he's like, regulators. Regulate any stealing of this property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any old geek off the street. Got to be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean, or you keep.
And the only one handy with their steel is, I guess,
Is
Charlie
Billy.
sort of is, and Billy is. And then Chavez is good with the knife.
Right, because
They don't give him a gun. 'cause
no, he's not
native.
allowed to have a gun because he's native. And he's not.
Which he's not.
He's
neither,
Irish, Scottish,
He's neither
and
Mexican
Filipino.
nor Native American.
He's got that broad bone structure.
I
He's
never questioned
gorgeous.
it. I didn't question him
Nope.
in La Bamba. I didn't question him here.
Nope. I am more Mexican and more native than Lou Diamond Phillips is.
Wow.
Amazing. And that native bit is like,
Very, very slight.
and that's, I'm not talking about my grandma was a Cherokee princess. Like, that's not the story that I'm trying to sell to you.
You didn't get the story that
No,
the
I
rest
did
of the
not
white
get
people
that.
got
No,
when they were
that
kids.
was not my mom. My Meemaw did not tell me about how her great grandmother was a Cherokee princess.
Oh no, mine great grandpa was a Cherokee chief.
Ooh,
Excuse me.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
So yeah,
It
so
wasn't that story,
they have dinner that night around the table. He's trying to teach him to be civilized.
right? That's weird.
Because for what? I mean,
Why?
I guess I don't know. He's from England.
You need some dandies
I know. How is this going to
to be
serve them?
cattle rustlers.
How is this going to serve them?
I mean, I guess that's good that you're teaching them to read. Like, it's good to know how to read.
And this is where Billy.
He's 24. He's not going to live forever.
He said something earlier to one of the guys about that he had killed a man, and so now that
Right.
comes up at the dinner table. Like rumor
oh.
has it you killed a man. What
And he
for?
was like, for hacking on me.
Which
'Cause
is what
they were
they
like,
were
oh,
just
we're just
doing.
hacking on you.
So yeah, they think they're about to get him that he can't read, and they give him the paper, and he like
Right. Because, of course,
reads
Dirty
perfectly.
Steve can't read worth the
Dirty
shit.
Steve.
And
Dirty
he's,
Steve,
like,
by the
so
way.
gross. And Dylan McDermott Mulroney, but the second half is cute.
He is cute, but he's
cute.
gross in this.
Oh, he's nasty.
And he's the only one. His face is dirty.
Right?
His teeth are dirty.
when they
his
tell him
hands are
to
dirty.
wash up for dinner.
He doesn't do. There's
How?
no washing. Yeah.
How?
That's
They gotta
embedded in
scrape
his
it.
skin.
He's like Pigpen.
Yeah, and I don't know how is he the only one of these cowpokes that's
Right?
dirty.
That have, like, everybody else has nice teeth and skin.
Oh, they're
Like,
brushing
their
teeth?
hair is greasy. And not even Emilio's.
I know.
And not even Chavez's.
and it's so long.
Chavez's.
It was like they decided who were going to be the hot guys in the movie, and they were
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
They're like, nope.
They're like,
gonna
no,
be us,
Dermot.
Gonna be us. Well, that and like fucking Carlos Estevez over there with his real clean.
Yes,
super
very clean
his high and
shaven,
tight.
clean. Yep.
Who the fuck are you fooling? Who are you fooling?
I don't know, man. And then it gets not right here, but like it gets a little bit weird, like with the music and things, because then there's like Irish jigs happening, and then
I
you
know.
remember, you look it up, and you're like, oh yeah, all their parents
Right.
were from Ireland or England, because this is like 1800s
Yeah.
America. These are people coming to
Yeah.
the new
And
world
is
or whatever.
Not, Tunstall's English.
I don't know. There was like, because I read something about there was an English-Irish war.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Because
who was supposed
Murphy
to be
sounds
English? Maybe-
Irish.
Okay.
Tunstall, he says that he's English.
Yes. So
but Bonnie sounds Irish.
It does.
Brewer sounds English. Chavez don't sound neither.
It's all mixed up, man.
Brower or whatever sounds French. Browdell. I don't know. Skurlock.
I don't know where that's from.
I don't know where the fuck that's from.
So
He
Billy
looks so much like his dad.
Oh, in this.
There's like a moment. There's a couple of moments because there was a couple of. I feel like there was at least one Western that Donald Sutherland was in.
Seems right.
Where like he was kind of always, like ugh, but like sometimes he was kind of good looking. Like sometimes
Every
he was
once
kind of
in a while.
hot. Yeah.
So next day, Billy's out in the pig pen when these dudes on horses ride up, and
Right.
it's Jack Palance and his crew. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about, he's got the sheriff saying these guys have been ripping off his merchandise.
Right. He
and
was
he's
like, that shit's not true.
No.
Like he's all, no, you've got hired thieves, like all these boys, these little boys that you have.
And he makes a comment too about, you really like educating young boys or something like that. So there's rumors in town about Tunstall.
I'm sure of it.
So you find out basically Tunstall and Murphy are competitors in business, and that the sheriff has his life savings invested
He
in
was
Murphy's
like, let
store.
me just tell you, not only does the sheriff have all his shit in my beef, he's got his shit in my beef, but so do all these other people. That
Writing
are
names
important
off
people
all kinds of important
are
people.
all part of this shit. So you really don't stand a fucking chance. So fuck off.
You're not wanted here. Return
Right.
to England. Get ready for hell.
And don't leave a snail trail as you go.
So Tunstall sees Billy hiding in the pig pen and kind of gives him a little smile after Murphy
Right,
takes off.
because he was up there like he was ready to.
He was ready to shoot somebody.
I know.
And this new young man arrives at the door who says Murphy fired him for calling him a fat sow. And he just, no questions.
Right.
The bunkhouse is over there.
Right.
You're hired.
And I mean, like, we never do 100% find out, but there is no way in shit I'm including you in the plans. That
Nothing
I'm going to let
about
you
Murphy,
fucking contribute, McCloskey. And he looks shady as shit. Mm-hmm. He's shifty-eyed and everything. Billy was right about him.
I think so.
I think he was. Because I kept writing that down. I was like, this motherfucker.
And for whatever reason, he takes him into town to get William a nice new suit and a bowler cap.
Right.
At
He
the
gets him-
tailor.
Yeah. I mean, like, he was kind of a little dandyish. He kind of looked like Fievel when Fievel went west. A little bit.
Emilio Estevez as Fievel
Goes West.
Yeah, I could see that. And Murphy's watching this. He's like watching him getting dressed up, whatever, over there.
Right. He was like, so now I'm watching you buy 19-year-old Billy the Kid a pocket watch and a bowler hat and get you all dressed up for the stroll through town. Mm-hmm. Okay, Tunstall.
And then the boys are out practicing their aim on like a well bucket, and Billy's up on the roof.
Start shooting,
and he just shoots the shit out of their bucket and
like
is like
you
laughing.
fucked up my bucket,
and
dude.
This
That's
is your
for water.
This is your first kind of red flag that Billy the Kid is a sociopath.
Yeah,
because like before
he
you're
thinks
just like,
that shit's funny.
He was like
he's playing with guns.
Yeah, he thinks it's hilarious, and this is where Tunstall comes out. Regulators. Let's dance.
That's right, because they go to the dance.
What are they So it's New Year's. You find out
Year's.
later it's New Year's, but in the moment I was like, what are celebrating for what? Regulators,
well, that's
let's
what
dance.
I was like, so it's probably once a quarter. They get everybody together in this little town, probably a town over, all of the settlers. Or whatever, 'cause they're
after
what,
the
New Mexico?
confrontation you just had with Murphy.
Right.
You think it's a good idea to take your boys to go get drunk and dance with Murphy's boys?
I mean, he's
he gonna
probably
be there?
They're showing out like we're not afraid of you.
I guess. Billy he gets out there
He's
dancing
out there
his
high
jig.
stepping. High stepping.
And that's when we meet Terry O'Quinn, who's Alex the lawyer.
Yeah,
Tunstall's
I keep
lawyer.
Alex the lawyer.
And he wants
like,
help with Murphy, and he's like,
come on now. Like,
what can I do?
I'm going to go talk to like somebody else because if they'll see me, because we can't get around all this shit. But Murphy got to him first or something. There was like,
I don't know.
It's like a whole fucking thing.
And he's like, you just need to give in and leave. And he goes, if I gave in and left, who would look after my boys?
Those are men.
You're weird.
A little bit. Tunstall. I mean, if you know what? If he was 24, it wouldn't make any difference.
Not really. That I don't know if it would be even weirder if he was 24 and he treated them like that. And he was only like 5 years older than them.
Yeah, because then you're like that loser older brother or whatever. But then I guess he wouldn't have his shit together with all that cattle.
Yeah,
I don't know like what his fucking deal is.
I don't know. And that guy, yeah.
He's probably watching him in the fucking outhouse. He's watching him in the outhouse.
That's what the little moon is for.
That's why they have a moon cut out.
His moon eyes.
Look at you, his moon eyes.
Look me in the moon eyes.
Look him in your brown eyes.
Ew. He gets down underneath it.
Oh!
That's what gets it. That's what gets you. It's Terence
gross.
Stamp. You better check the toilet for Terence Stamp tonight.
You never know when you be
He'll
looking at
get
your
you.
moon eyes.
He's still alive, right? How old is he?
I don't know.
Is he like an elderly person?
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Let me see exactly how elderly.
So and then Doc, fucking Kiefer Sutherland, sees this Asian girl standing right next to Murphy.
I know.
Who
He
hates
goes,
him.
86.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 86. He's old.
And walks just straight up to her.
Hi.
Does not acknowledge Murphy whatsoever and tries to ask her to dance. And Murphy's like,
Well, no, and then he was like, oh, can I like borrow your date?
yeah. Like,
What do
did
you think is going
what-
on here?
Exactly. Did
What
you
do you
think that
think
was
is
his
going on?
daughter? Like, who did you think she was
I know.
to him?
She's clearly
His concubine or
right,
whatever.
belongs to him
Yeah.
in whatever fucking way. Like he's just so bewitched
I guess.
by her exotic beauty that he couldn't help himself.
And again, he knows nothing about this girl.
No, he don't.
And by the end of the movie, he will still not know anything about her, but he will almost get her ass fucking
I
killed
cannot
because he's in love with her.
imagine. You better not fucking raise your voice at me. Not once,
No,
not
we'll
out
get
here.
there.
Ooh,
Especially
ooh.
when we don't even know each other.
No,
know
you fucking talk to me like
white
that.
boy, you better get away.
Bitch.
And this is so Billy introduces himself to Pat Garrett, which is not the same actor,
No,
right?
this is somebody
As
else.
in
This
two.
is John Wayne's son. This is not
Okay.
the
And
dad
he's all
from
excited to meet Pat Garrett. Now, I
Right.
bet I'm going to get just as big as you or bigger.
Fear. Right. And he's like, yeah, whatever. Like me and my date got a request for the band.
Yeah, he ignores him. And, oh, yeah, that's right. He's in that big, like, fur coat thing
Yeah,
or whatever.
he's like a mountain man,
Yeah.
a bristling mountain man.
So Doc's over here reciting his poems.
Oh
to the,
my God. She's like, what?
What are you talking about?
He's like, that's poetry. I'm a poet. Like, I'd be like, I'm out.
And Murphy finally realizes, oh, you're one of Tunstall's boys.
Right,
I'll
like,
be taking my young ward
Yeah.
away.
I'm his guardian.
Yeah, he's her guardian.
Well, and that's what the lawyer says later. Like, oh,
Yeah.
guardian. Yeah.
And so Doc gets spooked and draws his gun on the lawyer and his wife because they like come up behind him or
He
whatever.
Comes up behind. I was like, oh shit.
And that's when he
sorry.
finds out, that
A
Murphy took this
gentle
woman's daughter for
euphemism.
payment, and she's house entertainment.
This
from
is
what
like
he
when
understands.
like 70s rock stars would adopt teenagers to take them on tour
That's exactly what this
and
is.
impregnate them and burn down the apartment.
Oh, who did that?
I don't know.
Google it.
Nana, can you hear me?
Auntie Nana.
Auntie, I don't care if you drink. I would rather you do it here where you're safe.
I'm just a little ironic with the dude looks like a lady is all I'm saying because, singing about yourself, Nana? Okay.
Nana.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, Murphy's dude bumps into Tunstall and Charlie steps between and he just fucks this dude up. Like,
Right?
he didn't.
'Cause
he
he's
looked
a
like the little
pugilist.
dude, but yes, he
Right.
fucking
that
he's
center
down
of
to
gravity.
fight.
He's like,
yeah.
bop, 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 bop.
And it's over and done. Like, that's it. He beats his ass. They walk away.
Also, fucking the lawyer's like, here. Or no, is that when he tells Doc or Billy, like, oh, like, these bitches are dangerous. Here, dance with my wife instead.
Maybe.
He was like, here, she's way safer.
Right?
No, that's what he does. He lets Doc go dance with his wife because he was like,
You need
she's
to
like,
stop.
she's a glory
You
hole.
really need to dance,
over at the house.
dance
And
with
if you
my
need
wife.
to, yeah, she's way safer. You could dance with my wife.
So then next day, the boys are out riding the range singing Old Lang Syne because it's New Year's Day.
I wonder how many, like, I know it's a movie, but like when people go shooting up in the air like that, like how many people get.
Well, and this was the perfect opportunity for Murphy's boys to eliminate all of the fucking regulators
Right?
in the
They're
chaos
just bop,
of New
bop,
Year's
bop.
because everybody's just shooting
Someone's
guns
gonna
into
go
the
out
air.
to piss.
You're telling me nobody got a bullet coming back down the
That's
other
what
way?
I'm saying. I feel like that was a death in 6 Feet Under, where someone got shot.
Maybe, and shot in the, from
Yeah,
getting
they like
shot in
caught
the
a
air and it
bullet.
came
They
through
couldn't
their
figure,
roof
yeah,
or something.
Or they were like taking a piss in an alley, and it was New Year's Eve, and like they were gunshots miles away, but it came down in the alley and took them out.
Maybe.
I don't know. It seems like it is.
So the boys go right off to chase birds and
Fucking pheasants.
it's fucking pheasants.
Fucking pheasants.
And Billy tries to stay with Tunstall, and he's like, "No, go.
Oh, boys,
Go
will
be a boy.
Go
Boys-
be a boy.
Boys will be
I would
boys."
like to watch you frolic now.
And of course, as soon as Billy's just too far out of sight, Murphy's boys come up behind.
So did Tunstall know that? Like, did he spidey sense?
Didn't seem like it, but this weird death though, where like
I know,
as
he,
he
like-
gets shot, he stands up and jumps out of the wagon, sort of.
I guess
like
the
a
stunt
weird-
person that did that, like the ground was so cold, it was so frozen
yeah, they
that they
hurt
got
themselves,
hurt.
yeah.
Like I mean, not seriously, but like
But still,
yeah, and like I don't know that whole thing. They shot the horse too. I hate it when they do that
unnecessary.
shit. Totally.
So the boys turn around like they're gonna go back up, but there's too many of
Right,
Murphy's
they're like,
boys.
"No,
so
we
they
gotta go.
They
We gotta
scatter.
skin out."
Yep. So sad times. Their
I know.
surrogate
so
dad
they
is
go
dead.
back and collect him to bury him.
I guess. It seems like it.
I mean, all right.
Because I guess once Tunstall's dead, as far as Murphy's concerned, that's the end of that.
Right, maybe
These
like,
boys
all
scatter
these
to
boys
the
will
wind, or they
scatter.
come and work for me, or
well,
whatever.
no, because here go Charley doing the services.
Yes, reading the ashes to ashes.
I
And
don't
dust
take
to
that
dust.
shit seriously.
And I'm sorry. So, according to actual history, Billy the Kid knew Tunstall for like 4 months
Right.
max.
so he's gonna
4
go on
months
a
max, and you're gonna go on a
murderous
murder
rampage?
spree now for revenge for a dude you knew for 4 months.
Maybe he was the only one that ever showed him
cared.
true
Well,
kindness.
his true story, I guess, was that his dad. I think his dad died young or left young, and he had a stepdad. But then, like, his mom died, and he didn't really get along with his stepdad. So he was on his own from the time he was like 15.
well,
He,
that's
like,
a
left the
lot to
house
happen
and-
to a person before they die at 21.
Yeah, had to live his life, man.
With that face of his. Is that picture? I feel like that picture that you see, he's already dead. Didn't they do that shit where they took pictures
Oh, the
of
tintype. Oh, that would explain why it's such
but
a
they
weird.
would right, like it
photo.
would make more sense if he was already dead at that point.
Yeah, because he's like slumped weird. And
I know he's like standing weird and his face looks weird.
Turns
Like I
out
don't know.
he had a hunchback and a club
right? He
foot
looked like
and-
fucking Rocky.
But he could
from
shoot.
Mask.
Let me tell you.
Apparently, he could.
So they decide they want to bring Murphy down, but the sheriff, they can't become deputized by the sheriff.
Right, because they're just boys.
So they go to the justice of the peace.
Right. Well, no, like, doesn't he do it?
Well,
they're
because
like,
that's what
"You
they
go
ask, and
tell
at
him."
first he's like, no,
Right, like, I'm not
that."
doing it. Like,
and
all
then
right,
cut
fine.
to him deputizing the regulators.
You go tell him that they can't do it then, because they're just gonna do it any fucking way.
So they ride out on their horses.
Yeah, we ride.
And before we find out what they do with this newfound deputization, now's a good time for a break.
I think so.
We'll be right back.
Have you ever wondered what the scent of a moment or a character in a film is?
What if you could bottle the way your favorite album makes you feel?
Did we pique your curiosity?
Visit Hex Mundi, a niche perfume house that specializes in creating signature scents with references that conjure up the very essence of nostalgia with pop culture-inspired fragrances for your body and surroundings.
We love what they do, and you will too. Go see what we mean at hexmundi.etsy.com.
That's HEXMUNDI.etsy.com and use code DOOM10 for 10% off.
Get there now.
Later, Doomers. If you're a fan of Practical Magic or the Sookie Stackhouse books and love shows like Absolutely Fabulous and The Golden Girls, you're in for a treat with this new paranormal comedy, House of Furies by Donnie Clark.
The Fury family, Witch Alex, his sister Agatha, and their long-suffering mother Rose inherit a rambling mansion in Natchitoches, Louisiana from their reclusive Uncle Edwin, along with a heap of trouble.
There's secret passageways, magical objects, even a cemetery instead of a backyard, and it comes with a friendly caretaker named Earl who's not what he seems.
Cocktails, outrageous outfits, and black magic are the order of the day. Join them as they explore the southern fried town, dip a toe in the local dating pool, and meet their neighbor Helen, who harbors a very old and very dark secret.
House of Furies by Donnie Clark, available to purchase on Amazon, $4.99 for Kindle and $21.99 for paperback. We're back.
We're back and we learned something.
Something kind of interesting and weird.
Very interesting and very weird.
Tell him about it, Tessa.
Jack Palance is a distant uncle of Chuck Palahniuk,
Which was his original last name.
Yeah, he's Ukrainian.
Did not ever know that.
Nope, I thought he was born of the West itself.
I would have totally believed he was just American.
Right?
Yeah.
Never would I ever. But yeah, so
there's a little
there's
tidbit
all
for
kinds of ties going in here.
And while we were on break, I had messaged Harry from Death by DVD that we were recording Young Guns, and he said never seen it.
What?
And I was like, oh, it's Emilio Estevez as Billy the Kid, and his reply was just William the Child. It made me laugh. I was like,
William the Child.
just William the Child.
Yes. Yes.
So speaking of William the Child,
Right. They're getting to this weird shack down by the river.
sneaking up on Henry Hill's
Bad
shack.
medicine. Is Henry Hill not a fucking Ray Liotta's character from Goodfellas? Is it not Henry Hill?
I don't remember.
Is he a distant relative of the Henry Hill?
I don't know, but they
He's
have
just
a warrant.
schnook. Yeah, they got warrants because they all got deputized. So they're serving these warrants.
And because they don't yet realize that Billy is a sociopath, they send him in
Because they don't really like him all that much. They're like, you get in there.
to arrest this guy.
Well, they're like, see what's up.
and he goes in with
there
his
like-
shiny badge on and
I
is
know.
immediately like,
But
"Oop."
it's like really dark in there. Like, who's seeing shit? How are they barbering?
I know, what kind of barber is this? It's like a bar. It's a barber.
It's a barber brothel.
Yeah, Barbara Brothel.
Barbara
That's that
Brothel.
lady's
That's
name.
my fucking stage name.
That was Titty's
Welcome to the
name.
stage, everyone. Barbara
Barbara
Brothel.
So he scoots back out, and Henry is
like,
out
what is
there
he
in
doing?
the
Well, 'cause
public
he-
outhouse.
He hears Henry saying he's got to take a puss.
Yeah.
So he goes out to the outhouse first, to pretend like he's pissing, and then out comes Henry.
Just farting and pissing, and he's just all
Farting
these
and
sounds
pissing
are
up a
erupting
storm,
out
like-
of Henry Hill.
What are you eating out there when? Yeah.
And Billy just shoots him dead and giggles.
Well, he turns
like a
around
fucking
like,
maniac.
"Are you Henry Hill?" And he turns around like his gun is his dick, and shoots him right in the face.
Yeah, and just cackles like a maniac.
Right? He thinks this shit's funny.
I had to look it up because when I was done watching this movie, I'm like, was he supposed to be a sociopath? And yes, they
Yeah.
literally used that word to describe
Right.
Billy the Kid.
And it's. You said it was pretty accurate, but I felt like it was like he doesn't.
Well, because I don't know any of the
Well, I
history
feel like
of Billy
all
the
of
Kid.
that when you were talking about like the pals thing earlier, how they were like, oh, like there's not a whole lot of
Male bonding happening.
male bonding. It's like a lot of performative. Like he knows what it's supposed to be, but it's not actually like that.
But he just thinks it's real funny when he shoots people.
Well, yeah, he really
And he
thinks
puts
the
the warrant in his mouth,
Right?
by the way.
By the way,
You're
I got a
under
warrant for
arrest.
your arrest. Yeah.
And meanwhile, because everybody outside heard the shooting,
They're
now
like,
the
"Oh, what the
regulators
fuck?"
with no warning are in a fucking shootout when they thought they were just serving
Because
a
everybody
warrant.
else comes out of the Barbara brothel.
And Billy jumps out the window right into the piss stream.
Oh.
Right into that piss stream. And Dick's like, we got warrants. We're the law. Or no,
I
what's
know,
his
like-
accent? It's not
the
cowboy.
law. Bilal.
I don't know what his accent is supposed to
I don't know what
be.
the fuck he was trying to do. Like we are the law.
We're the law. I don't know
Like I don't know
where
what it
his
was.
accent was supposed to be
Where
from.
are they from? Where are the Sheens Estevezes from?
Oh, good question.
Where do they originate?
I don't know. Maybe Kim will find out for us.
Well, that would be nice. But yeah, like the blah. I feel like they I feel like I did read that they made fun of him
Of
with
Charley
like
for his
whatever
accent.
this accent was.
Because they
that
all
he
did
was doing.
kind of a similar, like it was a little bit what you think of like a cowboy, like a because they're in
right,
New
like
Mexico,
a
which is
little
literally they
twang.
filmed actually in New
New
Mexico.
York.
in New York.
Yeah.
They're
Which
from.
so I think Billy the Kid was also from New York,
Martin Sheen was born in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio.
Ohio
So, yeah, they're
is where Martin's
American
from.
boys.
Or Ramon.
Yep.
Ramon. Carlos Ramon. Emilio.
So the kid, whatever he killed, it's all in the paper.
Right,
He
like
killed
it's a
Henry
whole
Hill,
thing. Right, sure.
and now he's head shit according to the paper. Nobody's
Right,
talking
like
about
he's
nobody
the
but Billy.
captain.
Yeah.
Ah, Chivato.
So they're hiding out, but Doc sees Yen Sun walking, and he risks his neck to go run out and hassle her on her fucking walk.
Right? She was like, no.
And he's all, stop!
Bitch,
I will
fucking
kick you in the
smack
dick.
you with my goddamn parasol
Yes.
right in the balls.
Like literally the only interaction we have ever had, sir,
You're gonna
is
fucking
for
holler
5
at me?
seconds at that fucking New
you
Year's
are
party.
fetishizing my shit. No
Yeah.
better than what they're doing. They might be like
Yes.
raping me, but you also,
Like they're at least upfront about it.
right?
You're
They're
trying
like,
to
this
be
is
like
gonna
you're
be
trying
rape.
to make this romantic. They ain't trying
And
to
he
romance
tells
me.
her, he was like, we're not like you. Can be bought for a price of a
They
shirt.
can't own us like they own a little China girl.
Little China girl.
He thinks he's David Bowie. That video is cringe.
Legends of swastikas in my head.
I know you thought you were doing the right thing, David.
No.
You were not. I'm sorry.
No. He might as well have sung that to her.
So yeah, she walks off and he's like, yeah, and I'm
so sorry.
Shut up.
He's no better.
Sheriff comes riding around the corner, the whatever scramble.
Right. They're like, oh shit, we got to get out of here.
So Murphy's dudes are tracking the boys, but the boys catch them first. Buenos dias, shitheads.
Yeah. They get the drop.
And they're taking him to jail, but Billy objects.
He's like, no.
These men
Hold
are going
on.
to the grave.
Yes.
In the name of John Tunstall. And Dirty Steve's down.
Right. Dirty Steve's down for whatever.
He's like, I got an entire sack of tobacco in my face. I'll do whatever.
I don't know where I'm
Dirty
getting this
Steve.
tobacco from. I'm Dirty Steve.
And no
damn
one
it.
ever calls him Dirty Steve, but that's his
No,
name
but
in the
he's-
cast.
'cause he's
in the
dirty.
characters list because he's fucking filthy. He's filthy. And he's like the comic relief.
I know. It's like he's
it's
a
a
fucking.
weird
It's
thing.
because of that all that tobacco in his mouth.
He's
It's
fucking
so
on a
fucking
nicotine
much.
high. So the new guy from Murphy Squad, he's trying to change their direction, like discourage them from going the way they're
McCluskey
going.
is like, no, we can't go that way because
and
they've
Billy's
already.
like,
Hold up.
this man double crossing.
How? Why? Billy is right. Why are we listening to him?
No, you should not be listening to him of all people.
No. He doesn't get to say which way we're going. Are you saying that because that's where they're going to be? That's where you want us to be?
So they get him to put his gun away, and he goes to shake the guy's hand like, no,
He
we're
was
good.
like, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't see this sooner.
Oh,
Pow!
sprays his brains all over Doc's face. Poor Doc.
That was ground meat.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
In the heat. Ground meat
Ground
in the
meat in the heat.
So he sprays his brains all over Doc's face, and then he shoots him again. He lands in the
Right,
river.
because he like spins around and like does the and then he shoots him in the guts into the river.
And they shoot these other dudes that they had caught because they're trying to get away during the confusion
They're
of
like,
all
well,
of this
shit. Now we got to kill all these dudes. And he was like,
Billy's
hey,
like,
he was
court's adjourned.
acting funny.
Yeah.
And Doc is like, yeah.
And Doc vouches for him, even though
he
his
was
face
like-
is covered in brains. He's like, actually, though.
Maybe
Billy
it was
was
a trauma
right.
response, but yeah, he was, and he was. I feel like there's never any proof. There's never any proof. But why not shoot him ahead of time? Because Dick's over here wanting to listen to his ass.
And Dick points his gun at Billy. Is like, you ain't no captain and you ain't no Robin Hood.
Right.
And then cut to Doc reading the paper
I feel like
later.
we had a little brother rivalry or like the arguments
real life?
or whatever that they would have because
because Charlie's the older one, right?
I feel like that's
And
true.
he only got the Dick role. he had to have tried out for Billy the Kid, right?
Right?
Come on now.
Let me be Billy.
All of
This
them except
movie
for
did
Lou
remind me-
probably all tried out for Billy the Kid.
Oh, probably. This movie did remind me, however, that like Emilio was cute.
He was cute.
Emilio was real cute.
They were
as
all
a
cute in
psychopath.
this.
As a psychopath.
He's fucking out of his mind.
Adorable.
In this.
I
He just
know.
keeps
Like
getting
giggle,
worse and
shoot
worse
somebody
out of
in the
his mind.
face. I'm ready.
Always giggling.
I'm
Always
ready.
giggling.
You dandy ass murderer.
So now Doc's reading the paper about now it says Billy single-handedly killed all these
Right,
dudes.
but
And like
is
it
this-
gets confusing because supposedly Billy the Kid only killed 21 people, but because of all the killing the regulators do and there's
Right.
chaos and whatever, it seems like he killed a lot more fucking
Well,
dudes.
again, like there's, like you would have to imagine, like the gossip mill, the news or whatever would have to be like a big old game of telephone. Like
Right.
someone's telling somebody's telling somebody. It's like fishing stories.
Which is why the
So, of course,
picture
if
in the
you're-
paper
is Dick.
is Charlie Sheen. Yes. Talking about Billy the Kid is this dude.
He was like, oh shit.
And
Why am I
talking
that
about
guy?
he's left-handed, which I guess was a rumor because of that tintype photo, because it was reversed.
Oh, because it was reversed.
and that people used
Oh.
to say he was the left-handed shooter, but he wasn't.
He wasn't.
No.
Yeah, because he does say he's like that. He
Right,
was
left-handed.
And I almost wonder. Oh no. Never
In the
mind.
mirror.
Never mind. Never mind. I no longer wonder.
So they find out that Murphy hired John Kinney to hunt him down. He's a bounty hunter.
Oh shit! And like Charlie's like, oh fuck, not John Kinney.
Yeah, so they've
He's
heard
like
of this dude.
the fucking man. That was not Pinkertons. Didn't they only ever hire Pinkertons if you wanted to get someone's ass? You
Oh, I
hired a
don't know.
Pinkerton.
I don't know.
I feel like that was an old
But
West.
that wasn't
thing.
mentioned at all. In
I know
this.
they didn't. That's what I'm saying.
And I didn't I read like a short history of Billy the Kid, just like dates and synopsis, and I didn't see anything about in real life any Pinkertons either.
Well, I feel like those were the main bounty hunters. But I feel like that was Tombstone times. How much further was Tombstone times from
Young Guns
Young
times?
Guns
The
times?
Pinkerton Detective Agency was in 1850.
Oh, so that's pre this.
Oh.
Pinkertons
Oh.
was 1850s. This is like 1887.
Okay.
So this is
okay.
maybe there weren't Pinkertons.
This
by
is
now.
actually the year before Jack the Ripper was killing people over in Whitechapel.
Oh,
That's wild.
Interesting.
When was Billy the Kid?
This said it starts in like 1887 or something like that. Wasn't
That's
it?
what it says,
It'd
but
be
it's
at the height of the
Oh, the height of the Pinkertons. Oh, well then.
oh, okay.
Established in
So
1850,
but
but
no,
the
never
height of
brought
its
up.
power
I
was
know
in
they
the
didn't.
70s
Maybe
and the
I
90s.
don't know. Like who is like John Kinney has to be a real person, right? Like that's got to be.
Because his name I didn't see. Tunstall was real. Murphy was real, I think. Because it was the Lincoln War was
Right,
real.
it was like the whatever ring and the
the
cattle
thing about
ring
the
and,
cattle.
like,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that was all true.
That would make sense.
But I'm trying to remember if I saw John Kinney's name pop up. I don't think I did.
because everybody seems to know who the fuck he is. They're like, this guy has killed more people than smallpox. Is that
yeah,
who they say?
I think that's this guy. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. And
I
then where
think
does
so.
Chavez find some snow in
He-
New
there-
Mexico?
They're out in the desert. It gets cold at night. There's like little
I guess
whatever's
Higher
yeah,
altitudes,
like things get high, and
he
it's just like
decides
little
to
patches. Who knows what times these?
Cook them
It
up
was
a batch
New
of
Year's.
peyote.
It's in January, so yeah, he would probably find patches of snow out there.
So yeah, he cooks them up some peyote, which I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
was mushroom soup in
Yeah,
real life. Which why
that's
does
what
it
they
matter?
said.
They drink it from a cup. You can't see
I
what
know
the
you
fuck's in
can't
it.
see it,
It could have been water. Who cares?
right?
Like
guess
if you put
because
it in
they
a
were
bowl where
hungry.
we could see it.
They needed some sustenance.
And this weird little trip, like
oh man,
it
they go on like
seems-
a.
They're all doing the fucking.
it all seems it seems pretty accurate to what I've never done.
I've
peyote,
never done peyote myself.
but the stories you hear, this all seems fairly accurate.
Kind of, but they all have guns. There's no
I know it's not
sober
safe.
sister.
No,
and they
true.
all have
no,
guns.
Dick's the sober sister. Dick passes that cup by.
Oh,
I have a note where like when
'Cause I don't
they
ever
put it in front of Dick's face and he passes it by, and then later he's the one who's all like, "Let's go!" Like he's.
I thought
okay,
he
I
was
think.
like jumping up, also shooting.
No, I don't think Dick
He was like aiming
Dick
it.
kind of disappears.
Right? That's
So-
also
right.
ironic.
So first we've
So
got.
is that how you know he's an actor? Is because he has always played against himself,
Against
like
type.
so 100% against himself. He was like, "No, peyote,
no,
not for me.
Not for me.
I'm a pastor."
So yeah, because I believe so Chavez wants to take them on a spirit journey. So he paints his face up. He has them all do some
Where did he
peyote.
get the face
I
paint?
don't know, man.
Where did he get the face paint? Where did he get that shit?
You know, those Navajos, they just be carrying face paint.
Navajo. The way that they say it.
Because he's a hoe.
Navajo.
He carries makeup.
I mean, he's cute.
He is.
He was cuter in the second one. My God.
That long hair.
Mm.
And Kiefer starts in with his fucking poems.
Shut the fuck up.
It's Diamond and
Butterfly, she's my flower.
she's my flower and I'm her butterfly.
And fucking Dirty Steve.
I
you guys
know.
see the size of that chicken? He's out there just shooting wildly at giant chickens. That
Right?
he's
They're
imagining.
allowing this. So Dick is not tripping, but he's allowing
He's like
Dirty
away
Steve.
from all them because they all have guns, probably. Because
Well,
I don't
Billy's
have any
out
note
there.
about anything what Dick's doing. Billy's
No,
out there
I have-
spinning his guns in the air.
Right. Billy's got flowers in his hat. Oh,
Charlie's puking.
He's puking over at the thing, but I feel like Dick is over there aiming at Charlie, but not really. But like he's.
I think because he heard the shooting. I think
Oh,
Dick
maybe.
pops up because
Maybe.
he hears the
He's
shooting and
like,
is
"I'm
looking
going to
around,
bed.
and then he goes, and
I'm
then he goes
going
back to bed. And then I have this note. I don't even think Dick took any because it doesn't show him doing anything.
Maybe not.
So they get on their horses high as fuck. Billy backwards
We
on his
ride.
horse. We ride.
Right.
And
Because
they-
they were talking about, like, we don't know which way to go because they're coming from this direction and that direction. We can't go through the reservation because they've got a high number of scalps this year.
But
or
they
whatever,
do
but
end up
they
going
do.
through the reservation.
Because
And the
they're
people
high
are
as
looking
fuck.
at them like,
Because they're high. They're like, oh, they ate
how come they
peyote.
ain't killing us?
Because I'm in the
We're in the spirit world, asshole. They can't see us.
That should have been the fucking
Right?
quote.
Maybe we should re-record it.
Maybe we will. You'll find out.
So Dick leads them in a prayer when they get home.
When he tells fucking Dirty Steve, it's all like, hey, dog. Hey, dog, his horse. Hey, dog.
Oh, yeah.
You see the
He's
size
calling
of
it a
that
dog. See the
chicken?
size of that chicken.
I love the fact that his horse is called Dog.
And I think he says, you see the size of that what did he say?
Cock a goddamn doodle doo.
Yes.
Yes.
And so this is who has more kills than the smallpox is Buckshot Roberts.
Yes, that's who it is. Because
Buckshot
he rolls
Roberts
up.
works for the bounty hunter guy, I guess, and they've got a warrant for him, and he's
Right.
killed more people than smallpox. And
Yes.
Billy's like, well, introduce us. And it's Brian Keith, the dad from the
Yes.
Parent Trap.
Yes.
He shows up out there and they're like, they don't know what he wants. They go out there like, what's going on? And he's like,
he
I
wants
want the
them
bounty.
to take one of his twins.
He's
He's like, no,
"Please."
I'm on my own. I'm not out here with them.
I'm not
I'm
for the
here
war.
for that. You're worth $150. The rest of you is worth $110. I'll take you too, but I want Billy the Kid.
Let's dance.
Yes.
And so they start this one-man shootout. Like, it's just this
He
dude
runs
against
to
like
the
these six
crapper,
boys.
But he's like the man, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
he does, which it's fucking foolish. There's like an infinite number of bullets. Like he's
Oh, yeah.
got an arsenal in this shitter. The rest of the regulators are out here not having to reload.
And immediately Chavez seems to get shot in the leg.
Right.
Doc gets shot
Doc
through the
gets
palm
shot.
of his hand.
So many people get shot and you like barely see that affecting them later.
No, exactly. Doc for a little while, but you don't ever see Chavez
No,
refer to the
no,
being
he
shot in the
gets
leg.
right up later
Yeah.
on. I guess he got like that spirit world shit. I don't know.
I guess. So Dick tells Billy, go in there to the shitter and cut the son of a bitch in half. I'm daring you, Billy. So now Billy's sociopathic tendencies work for you.
But he goes around and he's still shooting.
He
He's
busts that door open with his feet and he's shooting double-handed. So
Oh,
he
the
hides
fuck
behind
this.
the wood pile and they all take turns shooting at the shitter. Shooting at the shitter.
Shooting at the shitter. And then he goes over there like, I'm dying.
So Dick heads up and the gun
Foolish.
barrel comes poking out because of course he's still alive in there.
Foolish.
And Dick
Whose
is
idea
immediately
was this?
shot several times and is dead.
And now is this because did Buckshot think Dick was Billy because of the
Maybe because of
newspaper?
the photo. Could be.
Is
Could
that
be,
why
could
he
be.
died?
And the boys freak out. They shoot the shit out of that shitter.
Right. They're like gonna go get him, but like we can't, like we gotta whatever, he's dead. We gotta skin out of here.
Billy tells him to mount up.
Mount up.
And they take off. And like this was their house, right? They were at their house?
I don't know if they were at their house, but like Billy was riding that Palomino earlier, and I feel like he took Dick's horse and left his.
So he's perpetuating the idea that Billy's dead, but that never comes up. They don't ever think
they
that
never
Charlie
ever say
Sheen
it
is
again.
Billy.
But like, I feel like they all had bays, excuse me, with like the brown and the black hair or whatever. And then he had one that stood out because also John Kinney has like a white horse, and I feel like that's a symbolism, like they pale rider, and that rider was death, blah 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 blah. But like I feel like when they all took off earlier, Billy was riding a different horse, and they left that horse there, and he took Dick's horse.
I did not even notice.
I don't know. I did because I'm looking at them horses. I'm a horse girl.
Well, then you love this next scene where they just sit around on their horses dawdling for like a full minute,
right?
Like it's just a wide shot of like
of them. Just
look at them milling around on horses.
Horsing.
So Billy defers to Doc for what to do next.
Right. And he's like,
Doc's like, I gotta go. My hand's like actively bleeding.
Right. I gotta go into town. If it's safe, I'm gonna run in there and write Dick's mom.
And here's
Virginia.
where Dirty Steve, as if a blooper reel,
I know,
just starts putting wad after
wad. Like he looks like a chipmunk.
Yes, he looks like Alvin by the time he's done storing tobacco for the winter. Because
like it's like a joke. Like how much do you need?
Well, that's what I said. I was like, was this supposed to be like where he thought it was going to end up
like
on the blooper
B-roll?
reel, and he was trying to be funny, but nobody thought it was weird that he put that much tobacco in his mouth, so he's just kept going. Like
I've never done.
All right. No, I've
never
not
done the
no.
chaw, but I feel like there's no reason to have that fucking much.
Well, no, I think you just are supposed to put
just
like
a
a little
bit's
piece in.
enough.
Yeah, like a pinch, right?
Like even if it sticks out a little, he had it on both sides.
I'm sure it was probably like jerky chew or something, but like it
I'll
was
have
so
that.
much.
We ain't got none left, do we?
My fucking kid ate it. I need to order more jerky chew.
We need some of that and some Big League chew.
How do we get a sponsorship
Sponsorship
from all the chews? No, we don't need the tobacco chew, but anything else. You got chew in your name.
I want
jerky chew,
jerky
Big League
chew, Big League chew, and that's it. I feel like that's it.
I take some dog chew toys. There you go. Got chew.
I mean, you got a
for my
dog unless you want it for you.
No, for my dog. For the pod dog.
Pod dog.
So now Billy wants to kill the sheriff, and
Right.
Chavez is like,
we can't do that.
No
shit.
Murphy men, no more.
Right.
We need to go west. We need to get out of here.
You guys had your vision, but my vision is like it's nothing but blood. I'm going to California.
And Chavez tells them about his people being butchered by the government.
He was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to me. Oh, Murphy sent my people rotten meat crawling with worms.
Right, starved us out and then killed us with empty bellies.
And now I'm the only one left in my tribe. So I'm going to head west to recreate. What? He's going to repopulate his tribe?
He's going to
with a white
grow
woman, or
polyps on the side and make.
He's going to just sprout.
That's why he's Chavez-y Chavez. It's a Chavez-y 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 Chavez-y.
He can pop out other Chavezes.
That's what the E means.
Chavez.
Chavez-y Chavez-y Chavez.
So yeah, he gives the terrible story of what happened to his people.
Right, he's giving it to you.
And that he was on his way to take Murphy's head when Tunstall found him and took him in and taught him a better way to bury Murphy.
But did he though?
But he didn't though, because it didn't work. So his vision told him we're headed to blood. Like
right.
I
don't want to do this shit. And he asked Charlie, like, let's go.
And Billy's like, look, all you need is 3 to 4 good pals, and you got yourself a tribe. We're your family now. Why are you?
Why?
So again, this is what we're talking about off mic.
Sociopath.
They're not family. They're not friends. They're not brothers.
And Billy is new.
And Billy has only been with them a few months.
If any of them are close, it's them and not Billy. Why
and
is
he's like trying to somehow guilt them into because Tunstall is dead, but it's like you already killed a bunch of people for that.
I know.
And now they're just gonna kill us.
You just want to go do like mass killings, mass murderer shit. He's not a serial killer. He's a mass murderer.
So Doc rides into town quietly that night, and instead of going to take care of his hand,
well, like I feel like he gets distracted. He sees like Murphy and his dudes singing "Irish Eyes Are Smiling" in the bar.
Yes,
and he just so happens. Is this Lincoln?
Yes, this is the
Okay,
town
all
of
right.
Lincoln,
So
I
this,
believe.
like, he already, it makes sense that they would be there. I thought he just went to some town.
No, he went back
I thought he
to
said
town.
something else.
He was trying to sneak into town to get supplies to fix his hand, and because
Right,
that
right.
was the closest town, I guess it was
I
where they
feel
came
like
from.
he said another name, but it doesn't
maybe
matter.
not,
But
I
he
don't
like
know.
looks in a window, and there's Soon
Getting ready for
looking
bed.
right the fuck at him.
It was she doesn't see him apparently because
it
then
looks
he
like she
sneaks
was-
up on her and covers her mouth.
Bitch.
And she's like,
Bitch!
I know what you want. You want to lie with me and cut me into tiny pieces.
He told me you eat babies.
And he's like, no. All
I
of
eat
that's
meat
a
and
lie.
potatoes.
And she's like, look, in China, I'm not necessary as a girl. Like, they just throw girl babies in the dumpster.
Right.
Like,
When there's like a flood, they just let the little girl babies go. So here I'm necessary. He's like, no, bitch, you're pussy.
you're a slave.
Yeah.
Necessary is something you can't do without. And
I can't
do
live without you. Come on.
Literally all you know about her. You've had like 3 seconds of conversation
To
with
be
this
honest,
woman.
I'm also not jumping out the window right now. I'm also not jumping out the window right now. Not right now. Because Murphy's coming up the goddamn stairs.
So he leaves and he's like, come with me, and she does not.
She's
She
like,
doesn't-
no,
she
I
doesn't go
don't
with
know
him.
what to do right now.
She's
Like, this is all
smarter
so
than
sudden.
that. Yeah. I mean, Kiefer, you're cute, but you ain't that cute.
Well, I mean, then
Come on
you're
now.
like, fuck, then Jack Palance is going to put it in my butt later.
Seriously, who knows what's gonna happen if I get caught?
Jack Palaniuk is going to put it right in my butt like a greasy carrot.
Oh. Now Charlie's out reading Poe by the campfire.
But he's reading Doc shit, and Doc ripped off
Uh-huh.
Poe. He's like, the bird in the dark.
And they're talking about how long Doc has been gone, and Billy's like, he'll come back. He likes me.
And then cut to Doc talking about, I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't know her.
And she's all worried that she's unclean, and he's like, look, I don't care about your past.
Right. Like, John told me about, like, when you're reading a book, you just toss it out and start a new chapter or whatever. Start a new book. So it's totally fine. I'm not concerned with your body count at all.
No, he's not. Because he's like, you got skills.
Well,
you got mad skills.
I
know
bet
it.
she do.
That's
He's like,
right.
you're going to,
He knew right away. He saw her. He knew exactly.
right?
You know,
He's
you
like,
work
you're
for the Murphy boys.
going to turn my dick sideways,
You
girl.
gonna
You're going to do things to
fold it up into a
me.
fortune cookie, baby. I love it. I love it.
You're going to send my balls into celestial territory.
Do it to me.
Do it.
So he returns to camp, and Billy's like, all right, saddle up. We're ready. And
He's back.
cut to the sheriff and his boys walking down the street, and Billy just skipping along behind him like
He's
Dennis
like,
the
what
fucking
is he
menace.
doing?
Giggling, whatever, like.
I know, and he like sneaks up
And
behind him
even
and
Steve
throws
goes,
his hat.
he ain't all there, is
They've
he?
said
And
that like
Steve's
2 or
fucked
3
up.
times. Like, he ain't all there, is he? And he's not. And he throws his hat over the other dude, and then when he turns around, he
He
shoots
grabs
him.
his gun
own
from
gun.
his belt and shoots him point blank.
I mean, like, that's fierce and all. But like, what are you doing it for? Like, it's not like it's not that personal to you.
And so now Chavez comes out, throws a knife in one of their necks. The other boys come out shooting. Doc's up
He
on
has
the roof.
to collect those knives every time.
He's like the Blue Raja.
Right? That's why I bet his mom is pissed. She's like,
Red
where are my
Raja.
fucking knives?
Everyone in town is like, where?
Right? They're like, fuck, dude.
Those were not eating knives.
No,
He's stealing
those-
knives off everyone he meets. He's got a whole collection.
He's got to go back. He's like, wait. I left all of my knives in the last village.
And so the sheriff's still alive. He goes for his gun on the ground, and Billy steps on the gun. He's like, reap the whirlwind, Sheriff Brady. Bop, bop. Cut to him getting his picture taken.
Yes.
And now Alex, the lawyer's like, what
He's
the
like,
fuck?
your shit's been fucking revoked. They want your head. Like, what are you fucking doing?
You only had the right to arrest these people. You
Right,
were not
you were
supposed to be
supposed to-
killing these dudes.
Serve some fucking warrants. What the fuck?
So now the governor's got a bounty on your head.
Well, Billy the Kid's like, bring me President Hayes. I
Yeah,
wanna
he's
talk-
all, I'm trying to get attention. Bring me President Hayes.
Why?
The more bastards I dust, the more stories they write, the more the president's going to come down and have to
No,
see for
he's not.
himself.
No, he's not. I mean, I don't know. In old Western frontier times, is President Hayes really going to come? I don't know. Rutherford
man.
B. Hayes? Is that the
I don't
Hayes
know.
we're talking about? I
guess,
assume.
yeah.
I only know the mustache.
And the lawyer's like, look, I don't want help from you guys anymore. You're a death sentence. You
Right.
need
Like,
to get
I want
outta
nothing.
here.
Like, you got to go. I can't be hanging out with y'all.
So Billy throws his badge in the dirt and is like, gentlemen, let's ride. And they all toss their badges down at the
Except for
lawyer's
Doc.
feet.
Like, Doc hands it to
He
him.
gently hands it over. I don't have any ground to stand on anymore. He tells him, sorry, Doc.
Right.
So next day, Doc's reading the paper and he gets mighty spooked.
Well, they're talking about getting hanged. They're like, we're going to
They're
get
all getting
hanged. There was also a couple times in watching this where like the commercials would come up weird, where I felt something was missing.
Maybe. That's a possibility because we
This
watched
was
this
one of
on Prime, we forgot to say, but it was
on
Freevee on Prime.
Yeah, with ads.
So if we fucked something up, that's blame Freevee.
But I feel like this is one of those parts. So he's like, what the fuck do you mean we're getting hanged?
Yeah, they were just
This
reading
is
it in the
hanging?
paper, I guess. Yeah.
We're going to be hanged? I don't want to get hanged. Your
And
face
Billy's
goes
very
purple.
casual about it. They're all like freaking out, except for Billy's
Right.
like,
your
yeah.
eyes come up.
So now Charley wants permission to go do something before they get hanged.
I need some pussy.
Well, apparently there's a cut scene. So that he takes some Charlie's your last wish is
all
to get your little
pitch in.
carrot wet, and they all pitch in.
They all pitch in to get him this woman
this
who is
special
like,
woman
she's a professional.
who looks quite a bit older. Not
Yes.
old, but older than Charlie.
And she's like,
and all he wants, she ready to go, and all he
she's
wants
like,
is
I just want to hold you. She's like,
hold
price
me.
is the same.
hold me.
Hold
And there's
me.
a cut scene, I guess, where later you find out that this is Charlie's mom. So
She
she
had a
doesn't
titty
know
out
him.
and everything. No, she doesn't.
She does
Well,
not remember
because,
him, but he knows this
I
is
feel
his
like
mom.
when they go here, there's like a cut to the children playing out in the yard. And I feel that's to show like it's a brothel. These are the bastard children of...
Like she's probably not seen him since he was old enough to run away. 10, 12 years old,
who
something like
could
that.
fucking, like I said, she looks like a fucking pro. She comes in here, she's like, I don't know you. I guess it's your first time. But so many of them come to me for their first time. So what do you want to do?
He just wants hugs.
I know.
So she
She's
gives
like,
him
I already got a
hugs.
titty out, I guess. Like,
All
give me
right.
a- I thought she was going to breastfeed him for a second.
She was ready.
She might have if you paid a little extra. I bet you she would.
She might. So there's some dude in the bar. So the boys are waiting in the bar, and some guy at the bar is talking shit about collecting the bounty on Billy the Kid.
Oh my God. He's like trying to talk up.
And Billy thinks this is
gal.
fucking hilarious.
Right. And like he goes up, he's like, wow.
Look at that gun. Can I touch
Right?
it?
Like that's the gun that's gonna kill Billy the Kid. Like, can I touch it?
It's a gun that killed Ed Rollins, whoever that is.
Whoever that is.
Henry
I guess
Rollins'
he's
grandpa.
an outlaw. Henry Rollins' grandpa.
Because he was a liar.
liar.
So Billy's playing with the gun, and he like sneakily takes the
bullets
bullets
out,
out and gives
'cause
it back.
The other guy's trying to get laid. He's like in a brothel. He's like, this is, whatever. He's talking himself up. He's talking
Well,
shit.
I don't know if this guy knows this, but you don't have to try to get laid in a
I
brothel.
know,
You just
you
gotta
just have to
pony up
pay
your
for it.
money. So
Whatever.
put the money
He-
on the bar, bro.
He wants an ego stroke
I
because he
guess.
tells him, he's like, oh yeah, he's like a kid. He's a dandy. And he whistles fucking
melancholy tunes or something,
melancholy
he says?
tunes. And he was like, all right, he's like, well, give me my shit back. And he was like, all right, cool. And then he looks at a mirror and he's like, oh shit,
I see him. Don't you
I
see
him? There he is. He's like, you know what? You're fucking with me and you're pissing me off
I'm going to spank your little bottom blue.
in front of all of these ladies. And he starts whistling a little tune.
And the dude draws on him and shoots, but nothing happens.
Oh.
And like, this is unfair, Billy.
I know.
You took his bullets.
It's funny though.
It is funny.
Well, also when you see earlier, like Doc kind of gets his gun out on the table before and he
They
like,
know some
he's like,
shit coming.
"Fuck,
You
God
got one of
damn
these
it."
friends. Everybody's
I
got one
know.
of these friends
And you're like, oh God,
that you
damn
try
it.
not to go anywhere with in public, but
We're
when you
about
have
to get thrown out.
Sorry, guys.
It's Cam.
It is.
Cam's always the one starting bar fights.
Every time we go anywhere,
her in that mouth, that loud fucking
the cops
mouth.
come. She mouths off to them. We have to spend pod money to bail her out.
She wears a mask not because of any germ problem. It's because
no,
we keep
she
her
doesn't
from
want to be
spitting on
identified.
Authority
Yeah,
figures.
she's got to wear the hood.
We keep her.
that they put in the. We have her.
We put her in the
strapped
Hannibal
down
mask.
to we got her strapped
She
down
bites.
to a little roller cart. We got her strapped
Yeah.
down to a dolly like a refrigerator with the mask on because she'll bite us.
So you know what that's like. You all have a Kim in your life,
Everyone's
right?
got a Kim.
So Billy blows this dude away, and he's like, "Hey Doc, how many does that make? 25?" And Doc's like, 5.
He's
All
like,
right,
well,
we'll call
let's
it
make
10. So Charley runs in like, "John Kinney's coming." And then this wild 80s Miami Vice chase music starts. It's so weird. And I swear it turns into the music when Billy the Kid is in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes.
And they're running out of time. I fucking swear it's the same music.
This is also like the man that leads the way.
Yeah, a little bit.
The man that leads the way.
It means you got to run.
Yes.
And so then they find a little place to stop, and Doc and Steve are in this, like, I guess it's a warm spring or something.
Yeah, because I was wondering, like, did they fill it up? Is it like one of those fart sulfur springs?
But, like, how does Steve not get any cleaner?
Nope. Because
he's in the water and he is filthy. And for the remainder of his time in this film, he will remain filthy.
The remainder of his time on Earth.
He will remain filthy.
That's why they call him Dirty Steve. Dirty Steve Stevens. I wonder if Dirty Steve Stevens was a real person, if he was actually...
Yeah, him I didn't see. I don't know. It doesn't name the boys, which were the gang.
The boys.
Yeah, this pack of young gunslingers that were called the boys.
Did they all really hang out with each other? Like,
it
did
didn't
Billy
name
the
any
Kid?
of them, so it's just Billy the Kid and the boys. So
I'm
it didn't
just saying,
say,
like, it's to vary. Like, all of these people were real-ish, but to varying degrees of accuracy.
Dirty Steve is theorized that he may have been based off Dirty Dave Rutabaga.
Oh, Dirty and Dave Rutabaga.
He's
in Young
Christian
Buns.
Slater.
Young Buns.
Young Buns. That too, bitch.
Yes.
So he's Christian Slater in the next one.
Arkansas Dave Rutabaga, they called him.
Oh, but not dirty.
But not
because
dirty.
they couldn't make him dirty because
Right.
he was already a dirty guy. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look like this.
Was he dirty?
Kinda. Not as dirty as
Not
fucking
really.
Dermot Mulroney.
I mean, like,
Dirt
no more
Mulroney.
Dirt Mitt Mulroney. Not any dirtier than anybody else out on the frontier.
Right?
Yeah, Arkansas Dave is who he is in
Arkansas
Young
Dave. Okay.
Wild.
So Billy wants to go back to Lincoln to find the rest of the men, and they're like,
come on, dude.
Chavez like, no, we need to go to California. And Charlie's like, yes, we should go to California.
You guys got to test yourselves.
Every day.
Every day you got to test yourselves.
Or you'll
He's
get
like,
slow.
Right. He was like, why do you think we're going to get to Mexico?
He starts talking about the adrenaline rush he gets in a gunfight, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
I bet I get a boner.
Yeah.
No, I'm scared. I shit my fucking
He
pants.
says, I shit my goddamn britches.
Yes.
We cannot win this war with just 5 of us. Billy, go ahead and get the president's attention, but I'm riding to the border for a hot meal and a good night's sleep. And come the morning, I'm a Mexican.
I'm a Mexican. I like how they say old Mexico.
Old Mexico because they're in New Mexico. So so he's like, look, you're not going to make it. John Kinney's covering this whole patch.
Right.
You're not going to make it to Old Mexico. It's a test of all tests.
Right.
So cut to Billy in a bath dictating a letter to Doc to the governor.
Right. And he talks about, like, I surrender.
And I'm unarmed.
He's like, never mind. P.S. Just kidding. Kiss my ass. And then that's when Dirty Steve busts in. You get to see some Emilio Nugget, I guess.
You get to
Are
see him
those
in the
his
second
butts?
one. I know you see him again. I don't remember.
He
if
didn't
they
get a
showed
body
him just now,
double?
but they showed him.
It's
in the
from the
second one.
back.
Maybe.
But yeah, no, he jumps out the tub because Dirty Steve is like, hey, Charlie's getting married.
And so what? Did he just meet this girl today
Yes.
when they showed up in Mexico?
Most likely. That's probably she like
That
sucked
was
his
bizarre.
dick and he was like, let's get married.
Let's go. So now Billy, this is where Billy gives his hat to some kid.
Right.
And Pat Garrett sneaks up on him and is
Right.
like,
He
they
was
want
like-
me to run for sheriff.
Right, but I don't want to.
So they were asking him that way back then, and then he becomes sheriff
This is
in Young
in
Guns
no
too?
way actually historically actual.
I know.
There can't be. Like, it's varying degrees.
So he tells him some information, some false information. And I guess this part is true.
That he gives him
Well,
false
that
information?
he was given false information, which is what gets him back to where they get in this shootout.
They go
where-
to Lincoln.
Yeah, where they go back to Lincoln because of some false information, but it doesn't say what
well,
it
he
is.
tells him that they're going to shoot
kill
up
the
Alex
lawyer.
and his wife.
Yeah. So
and he asks him, he's like, "Are you my friend?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm your friend." He bails out.
But then you hear a shot ring out. And then so it makes you think that he killed Pat Garrett right there.
Well, like, is he really giving him fault? Because like all of that shit happened, but like,
but they say
just
but it was
to
a
get
trap.
them in the
It was
same
just to
place.
get him
That's
there.
what I thought. It's a fucking setup, right?
It's a setup. So they mount up and they try to tell Charley, "Stay with your bride."
Right.
Here's
They're
your
like,
out.
"You
Stay
go
with your
ahead.
bride."
Right. You got a wife now. You should just stay here." And this fucking fool.
It ain't easy having pals.
Yeah, no, I guess it's not.
Yeah, that's all they are is your pals.
You ain't
at
even
most.
gotten to touch a titty. It's been
And
partying
you're
all
leaving?
night. Bitch, Casey, stay home.
So the regulators
Mount up.
burst into Alex's house and are like, "They're coming to kill you." And he's like, "Oh, come on.
Fuck,
You're
I mean,
fucking
like,
up my shit."
Right?
Now they are.
You're fucking up my shit right now. Well, I guess they were gonna.
Well, because now John Kinney's and Murphy's men are surrounding the house.
Everybody from the north to the south, from the window to the wall.
Yep.
There's dudes all over the place.
And sweat was dripping down everybody's balls,
Right?
except for
Because
Billy, who's stoked about this
loving it.
situation.
He was like, "Woohoo!" And like they shoot this shit up. And this
"Let's
poor
have some
woman,
fun, Doc." Yes, the lawyer's wife is like,
poor Susan.
"What did I do?
She did nothing.
I married a lawyer. I did
Right?
not think
What
this
the
was going to be my
fuck?
life."
I mean, I guess we moved to the wild, wild west.
And they're fully outnumbered, and yet Billy keeps just fucking taunting
Right.
these dudes.
Right.
They have to like head upstairs and reload. And again, all these kids' faces are so clean. These young guns.
I know.
Everyone but Steve.
All of them but Steve.
So immaculate. So the gun battle pauses for everyone to go to sleep at night. Is that what happened?
I guess. Well, you have to sleep because it's like a standoff, right?
I guess. So in the morning they wake up and now the army's in town.
The army has showed up. Murphy has showed up.
With Yen in his carriage.
Why would he bring her?
I don't know, man.
Because she immediately jumps out.
And Murphy's not happy the army's there. He's like,
no,
we do
he was
not
like,
need
no,
this
we don't
kind
need
of
this kind of attention. This is not what we want here. So just stay out of my dude's way.
And so, yeah, she runs off to go to the house and he's,
China!
Her name
He
is not
calls
China.
her fucking China?
You didn't even learn her fucking name?
Fucking racist asshole.
I mean, they
It is the
fucked up her
1800s,
shirt at
yeah.
the dry cleaners, so
he
took
took
their
their daughter.
fucking daughter. She's probably 17, 16.
Right? If that.
Pedophile racist.
Oh, I'm sure.
So she
that
runs
wouldn't
into the
surprise
house
me.
and Murphy's like, burn the house. That's all.
She's like, your girl's in there. He's like,
Yeah,
I don't give a
burn the
fuck.
fucking
Burn
house.
it down.
So the army takes fire at the house. Charlie's crying now. I got a wife. Bitch, they told you to stay with your wife.
But now you gotta get mad, Charlie. You gotta get mad. You gotta get mad, Charlie.
And Billy's still insane. He's trying to make demands and shit while the army's out there shooting at them.
Okay, Billy.
And Chavez goes down and escapes through the fire somehow.
Chavez
the whole downstairs
gets out,
is on
and
fire at this
Steve
point.
is really mad.
Yes.
Really mad because he has that whole little moment with Chavez earlier about like it's been nice riding with you,
And
even
he
though
thinks
you're
Chavez
greaser,
took off. Yeah.
greaser Mexican, Navajo.
And they start throwing all their belongings out the windows, which I don't.
Well, because the house is gonna burn, but she gets all mad. Susan
Because
gets,
she gets
all mad,
out.
like
They
I
let
want
her
my
out.
shit.
Yeah, they let her out.
So they're throwing all the things out of
and
the
they
window.
throw this big trunk out. And
That bink, bank, boom. That seems like it's not as heavy.
as a full-grown man.
No, but Billy pops out of there.
Oh wait, before that happens, when the wife comes out, she slaps that colonel.
He's
right
like,
in the
get on the
face."
other side of the street. And she's like, what the fuck? Bop, bop.
And that's when they notice Chavez is gone.
Right,
the
right,
flames
right.
are coming.
Yes,
They're throwing
yes,
out the
yes.
things. They throw out this trunk, and Billy comes popping out shooting.
Right?
The rest come out the side door shooting, and here comes Chavez with the horses.
He came with the horses. We ride.
Billy shot, Charlie shot, Chavez is shot,
I wrote
Doc
all
is
of
shot.
this. Everything. Billy is shot. Charlie is shot. Chavez is shot. Doc is shot.
And Charlie is shot more and more and more.
I know, but he manages Joe Kinney before he fucking goes.
And Billy gets on a horse, is shot again. Doc gets away with Yen on a horse. Steve is shot to death.
Unnecessary.
Alex is shot for absolutely no reason with
a
Gatling gun.
That's what seemed unnecessary.
They didn't use the Gatling gun the whole time they were against six dudes, but when it was one lawyer
they
standing
could have
there,
shot through the fucking house and mowed everybody down with that fucking Gatling gun.
But they waited until it was the one guy to shoot him down with a Gatling gun.
Okay.
So Billy comes back. He shoots Murphy in the head.
Reap it, Murphy, you son of a bitch.
And then we find out Chavez worked on a fruit. That's it. Chavez worked on a fruit ranch for a while. He came
back. They fucking
the doc went to the east with his bride, so she married his ass.
His celestial bride with her mother and 14 brothers and sisters.
Susan, the lawyer's wife, became a prominent cattlewoman.
Now, is that true?
I don't know. That part I didn't see.
Is that true? Because that'd be kind of rad. If
that would be rad.
Of all time. Mm-hmm. That's like a thing to be.
The governor was forced to resign. The Murphy ring collapsed. Mm-hmm. Billy the Kid continued to ride and never left New Mexico.
Yep.
He was later killed and buried at Fort Sumner.
But he was caught and shot by Pat Garrett.
Which I don't. Does it say that here?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay.
I would.
And I
didn't know that.
Person chiseled an inscription into his tombstone that just said "Pals."
Who would have done that shit?
And oh my God, this music again. The closing music is so does not go. And so I looked up the music composers at the end because I was like, what is this giving me? And what else did they do? And it's two dudes, and the only crossovers I could find with each other was they both worked on the Ghostbusters cartoon that had the monkey.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Not the real Ghostbusters.
Right. The other.
And Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night, which you guys, if you've not seen Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night.
As soon as I finish Young Guns 2, I'm watching that.
I have the comic book of this, and so I remember it only because every time I go through my comics, I find a Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night comic. But this was a thing. It had, what did I say? Ed Asner. Mm-hmm. Scott Grimes was Pinocchio's voice. Yeah. There was all these super famous people, and it was like they tried to make a 90s kind of scary reboot of Pinocchio. Mm-hmm. And that's the two. So Pinocchio and Ghostbusters, the two composers for this, both worked on those.
And that would track because it was like, what did you call it?
I said it was like
Western Vice.
New Mexico Vice.
New Mexico Vice. That's
it was like Miami Vice music, but for cowboys.
It kind of was. Like it did not. And I mean, it's not like they did any better in the second one with Bon Jovi. Which I had forgotten was the second one, not the first one.
And so we both went quickly through the second one, and
which is on YouTube, by the way. You can watch it right now if you want to.
And again, like I don't know why I remembered this movie being really good. It was marketed really well.
The discourse,
and it was the discourse about the young studs of Hollywood doing a Western together. But I do have to say, if you watch Young Guns 2, if you're a Christian Slater hater.
Christian Slater hater.
You will have so much to roast him for.
Oh, I know. Because
the character he plays is such a fucking pain in the ass. He's riding with Billy the Kid, and he keeps calling the gang Dave's Boys.
Right, and he thinks that he's going to be the head of the Billy the Kid gang.
And every time there's a newspaper article, and he's like, he's the same with, like, do they write about me? And they're like, no.
Andrew McCarthy, they didn't.
Yeah. No, it's not about you.
He's the Andrew McCarthy of the Old West.
She was called the Cattle Queen of New Mexico.
Oh, she really was. Susan really was the Cattle Queen of New Mexico.
Susan McSween?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes,
awesome.
girl.
Get it.
Good for you. She slapped a general.
A colonel.
Slapped a colonel. Took it over.
Took his chicken.
Took his big-ass chicken.
Lived to 85. Wow, for that time.
Wow, that's fucking amazing. Did she ever remarry? I hope not. She just did cattle shit.
So yeah, I don't know. It was
doesn't say.
It was accurate to a degree as far as what you can find in the history of Billy the Kid. But was it a great film?
I mean, I like a Western. I like a Western. I do. I like an action.
Much.
I like a Western. Well, it wasn't like it was fun.
It's not like Tombstone.
I'm saying I like Tombstone better.
Tombstone.
I know. We keep like moving that shit around.
It's been on the calendar more than once, and then it gets moved for some reason. I don't know
why we don't do Tombstone. There's a lot to fucking talk about in Tombstone. Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, Val Kilmer,
I'm
Bill
Your Huckleberry,
Paxton
which apparently is just I'm Your
I'm Your
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
Despite my whole
That's
diatribe
why
on
I
the live.
asked you, who the fuck did you hear that from? Because the person that told me, I would believe that maybe
It's a widely enough spread
Right.
rumor that Val Kilmer himself addressed
Had
it and
to
said,
say,
okay, yes, there were
"That's
things
not
called
true."
Hucklebearers, but that is not what I
Not
said.
what I said.
I said I'm Your
I
Huckleberry.
feel like it's pretty clear. He says, I'm your
That's all I ever
Huckleberry.
heard, but I also didn't know that a hucklebearer was ever a thing. So what else would
I
I
didn't
hear
that
besides
until I
Huckleberry?
was like an adult a few years ago.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just heard it
So,
within the last
I
year.
feel
or
like
two.
that could be like a stuff thing, like it's made up.
Or just because nobody could figure out what I'm Your Huckleberry meant, they were like, well, it must
Right,
mean
he's-
something else.
He's your Huckleberry Finn. He's
Yeah.
ready to go down the river,
He's your
which
buddy.
is.
Yeah.
I never questioned it.
So
We got to add that to the fucking
Young
thing. We gotta
Guns
do it.
doomed us to be duped by movies full of hot dudes.
Hot cowboys. It reminded me that Emilio was really fucking cute. Really fucking cute. I like a psychopathic Emilio. Kiefer was also very cute. Also very cute. And fucking Lou Diamond. Not as much in the first one, but Lou Diamond came back hot as fuck in the second one.
So yeah, if you
But
just
he
want
likes
to look
to
at
hit
some
girls,
cute boys, you can ogle all of these troubled and problematic men
Right.
in either
And you
Young
can,
Guns
like,
1 or 2.
You could say things about them. Like it doesn't matter.
In the 1800s, the phrase "I'm your Huckleberry" was used to mean "I'm the one you want" or "I'm the right one for the job."
Okay, so it
yeah.
was just a phrase. I'm your Huckleberry was the thing
I'm
they
it.
said. Okay.
I'm the one.
So
I'm
yeah,
the
I don't know
one.
where that rumor came from, but it was
I don't
it
know.
was like to the Marilyn Manson rib removal level
I know.
where
That's
you
what
don't
I'm
know where
saying.
you
was
heard
like
it from.
It was the stomach pump of cum.
Or the friend from Wonder Years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul also had his rib removed and he became Marilyn Manson.
Yes.
And he also had probably about a gallon of cum in his guts.
Well, speaking of ribs and speaking of rumors that I want to start, let's talk about just really quickly before we go. The rumor that I'm going to start about Elon Musk having ribs added
Oh yes, to make
himself like a roll
barrel-chested.
cage, a human roll
Right.
cage
He's
to protect,
like
so that he can try to live forever to repopulate the earth
Oh,
with his
gross.
weird fucking sperm.
Weird sperm. What did I see? That was that thing where it was like, if you look at what a human body needs to look like to survive a car accident, that's what Elon Musk looks like.
He built himself to be the shape
Right.
of a Cybertruck.
Because, right?
And now
He's
Rasputin is
dumpster
playing a
shaped. Gross. He's like a little guy, and it's like Men in Black. Like there's a little guy like piloting him.
Yes. Yes.
There's a little guy inside. Why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
Oh. So yeah, spread that rumor around.
Do it.
Had extra ribs added.
Ribs added. He had like 2 or 4 or 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. How many ribs do we appreciate? Elon. None.
0 for Elon.
No, none for Gretchen Elon.
So yeah, I don't think we have any messages. I didn't look, but I don't think we have any messages. Send us some messages. Listen to our midweek mini-sodes. This Week in Doom every Wednesday.
Right, we have a new thing that
If
we're
you got
doing.
suggestions and new shit we should talk about,
You have 24 hours because...
text.
Oh, wait, no.
No, you don't. Because this doesn't come out for a couple weeks.
This is the future.
702-720-DOOM. 702-720-3666.
You have 24 hours.
Go on our Discord. You don't know how to get our Discord? Ask me. I will send you a link to the Discord. They expire, or I would like put a thing somewhere permanently,
Right.
but it's like a temporary link every time you send one out.
Ooh,
So
it's exclusive.
exclusies. You want a exclusie? Get at me.
Exclusive Lucy's.
All right. Until next week.
Talk to you next time.
Later, Doomers.